Hello friends, welcome to AffairsCloud Learn to Lead. This is Ashu and today we will discuss very important current affairs of 30 and 31st of May 2021. You can see two best images of the day, but today we will discuss very important and the most important current affairs. Guys, you can download our application. Application name is AffairsCloud and link of this application is given in the description box. After downloading, you can log in with your email ID and after login, you can click on this crack current affair section and you can subscribe for 1 year as well as for 2-year validity. And guys, price of this subscription is very low, and the most importantly, we are covering 90 to 95% of that current affairs which are coming in your exams. This is the genuinity, this is the hard work of AffairsCloud team. But first of all, what we are providing under this subscription, we are providing daily current affair. In the daily current affair section, you will get 3 sections. One is related to detailed current affair, second is question and answer format of current affairs, and third is the quiz section which you can attempt on an application on daily basis. Next, in the weekly section, you will again get the 3 sections. One is detailed current affair, second is the question and answer format, and third is the quiz section which you can attempt on an application on the weekly basis. Next is the monthly section, and it is the most important section to revise all the current affairs of daily and weekly. We are providing 4 types of PDFs. One is study PDF. It means all the detailed current affair will be provided under this PDF. Second is question and answer PDF. It means all the detailed current affair will be converted in the form of question and answer and will provide it to you. Next is top 100. It means the best 100 current affairs will be provided to you. That is also provided in the question and answer format. Last is the pocket PDF. As the name suggests, to revise the current affair in quick format like 2-liner, 3-liner, you need this type of the PDF. Now, this is daily, weekly and the monthly section, but to enhance your performance, we are also providing smart PDFs, which are known as topic-wise current affair. We are covering 20 most important topics which are coming in every type of exam. So that's why this is very important to revise every topic. Next is banking awareness section. Especially for the banking aspirants, we are covering 3 types of things. One is detail and the question and answer format of the current affairs related to banking and economy. Second is the quiz section which you can attempt on an application on monthly basis. Next is exam PDF. If you want to revise all the past current affairs of 2021, like 5 months current affair till date, you can pick this PDF, exam PDF, and you can revise all the past current affair of 2021 from single PDF. Next is special current affairs. Special stand for budget and economic survey. We are providing detailed and factual data related to budget and economic survey. Also, we are providing expected question and answer PDF. So the examiner can ask from the question related to budget and economic survey. Next is state current affairs. If you are preparing for state exam, then this is important for you, and we are covering every state and union territory. So guys, there is no different subscription for every topic. There is just single subscription. You have to just download our application. You have to log in with your email ID, and you have to click on this crack current affair section, and you can subscribe for 1 year as well as 2 years. The price of this subscription is very much low. If you see the price, you will definitely surprise, and on that minimal price, we are providing 10% extra discount if you use this code ASH10. And guys, if you have any query, you can email us on support@affairscloud.com, or you can call us on this number. So let's begin today's session with the 30 and 31st of May 2021. But I am again requesting you, all the students, that you have to like this video, you have to share this video, you have to subscribe the channel if you're new on this platform, and you can join our Telegram group from the description box link. And guys, let's start today's session with the most important section, and here is the first question. Who became the first Indian to win Rudolf V. Schindler's Award? So the most important keyword under this question, the name of this award, it is known as Rudolf V. Schindler's Award or Rudolf V. Schindler's Award. Basically, it is known as Rudolf V. Schindler's Award. And the second most important thing under this question, that this person became the first Indian to win this award. And this person is, guys, Dr. Nageshwar Reddy. So the American Society of Gastrointestinal Endoscopy has honored Dr. D. Nageshwar Reddy with the renowned Rudolf V. Schindler's Award 2021. You can see here the picture of Dr. D. Nageshwar Reddy. You can also remember Dr. D. Reddy becomes the first Indian to win Rudolf V. Schindler's Award. And you can also see here, this award is presented by American Society of Gastrointestinal Endoscopy. And you have to remember the Rudolf V. Schindler's Award is named after Dr. Schindler, who is considered as the father of gastroscopy. This is important. And it is the highest category award in the Crystal Awards, which are basically presented by this American Society of Gastrointestinal Endoscopy. And you have to remember, Dr. Nageshwar Reddy also won the Padam Shri Award in 2002 and the Padam Bhushan Award in 2016. It means 2 Padam Awards. One is Padam Shri and second is Padam Bhushan. So he is the first Indian medical practitioner who won this award, and he won this award for his work in the field of endoscopy, because this award is given under the, you can say, the gastroscopy area. And this person is very important because you can say he's one of the first to promote endoscopy in India and has led the charge of educating numerous endoscopists all over the world, So you have to just remember the name. But other options are again important. We covered this in the last two videos. These options are very, very important. And you can see here the first name is Professor C.N. Rao. So you have to remember he recently won Energy Frontier Award 2020. So this person is related to the energy sector. Next is Amartya Kumar Sen, very famous economist. He recently won Princess of Asturias Award 2021 under the social science category. I am writing here so that you can remember Princess of Asturias Award 2021. Next is Suresh Mukund. We covered this question in the last video. The first Indian to win the World Choreographer Award. Remember, World Choreographer Award 2020. So you have to remember these three options also. Again, under one question, you are covering 4 appointments or the 4 awards. Now we are covering the second question. Which organization is conducting war games, which is known as Steadfast Defender 2021? So two things are very important at this question. One is the name of this exercise, or you can say the war game, that is Steadfast Defender 2021. And name of this organization is NATO. So remember, answer of this question is C. North Atlantic Treaty Organization is conducting these type of the war games, which is known as Steadfast Defender 2021. And it will be held in May and June 2021. Already it is started, but it will be end in June 2021. And you can see every type of exercise will be conducted between the NATO countries, and NATO conducts this massive war games Steadfast Defender 2021. Examiner can ask the name of this war game, so you have to remember this Steadfast Defender 2021. This is the main keyword for your question. And majority of the exercise will take place in the 3 countries like Germany, Portugal and Romania. And main objective is to improve the ability of the allied forces to move quickly across the Atlantic and the Europe to protect each other if need arises. And you can see here the forces will be deployed across land and sea from the North America to the Black Sea region and off the coast of Portugal. And around 9,000 troops from the more than 20 NATO allies and partners will take part in the exercise. It means more than 20 countries are participating under this exercise. And it includes NATO troops, warships, several fighter aircrafts like F-35 are also participating. And the main reason is the tension between the Russia and the NATO member countries are now increasing, because in April 2020, like last year, Russia sent thousands of troops into the Russia-Ukraine border, which caused concern to the NATO members, and Russian troops had annexed the Ukraine Crimean Peninsula in 2014. So guys, you have to remember about NATO. NATO is an intergovernmental military alliance between the 30 European and North American countries, which are basically lying on the Atlantic area. And it is based on the North Atlantic Treaty, which was signed in 1949. And the member countries agreed to mutual defense in response to an attack by an external party. So they will protect mutually each other. So this is the main motive of the NATO. And NATO's headquarters is in Brussels, Belgium. Brussels, guys, remember, headquarters is in Brussels, Belgium. And European Union headquarters is also in Brussels, Belgium. Even recently, NATO launched another exercise that was we covered in the starting of the May 2021, which is known as Defender, Europe 2021. So you have to remember the name of this exercise. So 3 things I am repeating again. One is the name of the exercise, organization name is NATO, and what is the purpose behind that, and what is NATO. 30 European and North American countries signed in 1949. It means NATO group was formed in 1949. It is a mutual agreement to defend each country which are members for you can saving the country from an external attack. And recent related news, Defender Europe 2021, also the exercise, or the you can say the joint multinational military exercise which was launched by NATO. And NATO's headquarters is in Brussels, Belgium. European Union headquarters is also in Brussels, Belgium. So now we can move to the next question. So guys, all the most important questions are covered because there were only 2 questions which are most important. Now we are covering the very important questions. But you have to like this video, you have to subscribe this channel, you have to share this video as maximum as possible, and you can join our Telegram group from the description box link. So let's begin with the very important questions, and here is the first question. Who won the International Dublin Literary Award 2021? So the most important keyword here is the International Dublin Literary Award. You can also remember the main keyword is the Dublin Literary 2021. And this award goes to very famous author, and she belongs to Mexico. And the answer of this question is D, Valeria Luiselli. So you have to remember VL. or Valeria Luiselli. You can remember anyways. And the name of the novel is Lost Children Archives. So you can see here Dublin Literary Award 2021, and you can see the picture of Valeria, and she's a very famous Mexican author, and she wins this award for her novel Lost Children's Archive. You can see here it is for her novel Lost Children Archive. You have to remember the name of the novel because examiner can ask the name of the novel. And this is the fifth novel of Valeria and the first one which is written in English. First one which is written in English. And guys, you can also remember that this novel, The Lost Children Archive, was about the American policy of keeping children away from their parents at the Mexican-American border. And the book also won last year, like in 2020, Rathbone's Folio Prize. Rathbone's Folio Prize. You can also remember this. And the International Dublin Literary Prize was established in 1994. Don't remember this year. It is not so much important. But it is considered as one of the world's wealthiest award for literature with prize money of almost 1 lakh euro, guys, not rupees. 1 lakh euro, and in India it is almost 90 lakh rupees, almost 90 lakh rupees. And the award is given to the novel written or translated into English, and the nominations will be made by public libraries from across the world. So the nominations will come from the public libraries, not by the person. So the award is given to the novel written only in English or translated in English. So this thing you have to remember. So the name of the novel, the writer, you have to remember these two things which are very important. But another authors, here you are seeing in the first, second and third option, these are again very, very important options because these personalities also won very important literary awards. Like you can see here the very famous author Ruskin Bond. He won recently Tata Literature Lifetime Achievement Award of 2020. Next is the Marieke Lucas Regenwald. She recently won International Booker Prize 2020. International Booker Prize 2020 for her first novel, like The Discomfort of Evening. Next is the Douglas Stewart, very famous person, and he won 2020 Booker Prize for fictional novel The Shuggy Bane. So you have to remember Douglas Stewart, Marieke and Ruskin Bond. Again, under one question you are covering 4 awards. Now we can move to the next question, and next question here is, which company launched India's first crypto-based lending platform? So this is very important question, and the most important thing here is first crypto-based lending platform. So in simple word, you can say that the investors could deposit their like cryptocurrencies like bitcoins or other coins and earn returns like the bank fixed deposit. It means the company will pay interest on the cryptocurrency. And answer of this question is very famous crypto platform that is known as ZebPay. So remember ZebPay, its headquarter is in Singapore. Its global headquarter is in Singapore, but in India it is situated in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. But its global headquarter is in Singapore. And you can see here ZebPay launched first crypto-based lending platform in India because all over world some platforms are giving these type of the techniques or the interest, but like BNB platform is also giving some type of the interest, but ZebPay is the first in India. You have to remember this keyword, in India. ZebPay launched India's first lending platform under the cryptocurrency exchange for the investor to invest their coins and earn returns. And the platform will generate returns on users' crypto investment based on their selected crypto, but they are just allowing 5 or 6 cryptos so that the customers of these cryptos can take interest. For example, you can say they are providing 3% on the Bitcoin, 7% on the Ether coin, 7% on the DAI coin, and 12% on the Tether coin. So these are the just selected coins they are providing on the selected coins. And under the platform, investors could lend their cryptos for an open term or a fixed term. Under the open term, investment could lock in their crypto under their training wallet and along with the principal amount, and their returns will be earned as applicable for the day. And in the fixed term, they allow investors to trade their crypto for 7-day, 30-day, 60-day or the 90-day periods, and with different rates of each. And in fixed term, the token cannot be withdrawn before the end of the term, but in open term, they can the crypto can be withdrawn. And cryptocurrency, you all know, it is a digital or the virtual currency that is secured by the cryptography, which work as the medium of exchange that uses cryptography. And the first blockchain-based cryptocurrency launch was Bitcoin. It was launched in 2009 by a group of Satoshi Nakamoto. So you have to remember. And ZebPay, it is not so much important if you are considering only type of exam. Then for your information, I am telling you, it was established in 2014 and its global headquarters is in Singapore, but in India, its headquarters is in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Now we can move to the next question. Which bank launched three categories of loan schemes, especially for the to fight against the COVID-19? And these three loan schemes are: one is Chikitsa, second is Jeevanrekha, third is Suraksha. So all these three policies are basically related to the health sector. So which bank launched these three loans? And this bank is, guys, Canara Bank. So answer of this question is D. And you can see here, Canara Bank announced three loan schemes amid fight against the COVID-19. And you can say these three schemes are basically known as: first is Canara Chikitsa Healthcare Credit Facility. Canara Chikitsa Healthcare Credit Facility. This scheme offers a loan from over 10 lakh rupees to 50 crore to registered hospitals, nursing homes, you can say, medical practitioners, diagnostic centers, pathology labs, and basically the persons that are engaged in servicing healthcare infrastructure. So these 10 lakh to 50 crore rupees provided under this Canara Chikitsa Healthcare Credit Facility. Next loan we can say here, Canara Jeevanrekha Healthcare Business Loan, and the bank will offer a loan up to rupees 2 crore at a concessional interest rate for manufacture and supply care of the healthcare products like medical oxygen, oxygen cylinders, oxygen concentrators to registered hospitals and nursing homes or other manufacturers and the suppliers. And the loan has no processing fees. And for micro, small and medium enterprises, the loan will be provided with no collateral securities, as the lender will cover under the credit guarantee, you can say credit guarantee fund trust for micro and small enterprises, and the bank will bear the guarantee premium for them. And you can say for the non-MSMEs, the collateral security will be minimum as possible, that is almost 25%, and the scheme will be available till 31st March of 2022. It is for the business. And next is Canara Suraksha Personal Loan Scheme. It is for the, you can say, the individual loan. And this scheme will provide loans of rupees almost 25,000 to 5 lakh rupees as immediate financial assistance for the COVID-19 treatment. And the scheme will offer a moratorium of 6 months with no processing fees, and it will be valid till 30th September 2021. So you have to just remember the name of these schemes, and it is launched by the Canara Bank. It is launched by Canara Bank. And you have to remember the three important schemes, the name of these schemes, and you have to just remember the Canara Bank. And Canara Bank recently launched Forex for You, a new technology product. This product helps the users of the internet banking to handle Forex transactions of the Canara Bank. It means if you belongs to Canara Bank and you have internet banking, then you can trade very easily according to this platform, which is known as Forex for You. So guys, always remember about Canara Bank, especially for the banking students, because I am covering this news only for the banking student. SSC students can skip this news. This bank was established in 1906. Headquarters is in Bengaluru, Karnataka. MD and CEO is L.V. Prabhakar. Remember L.V. Prabhakar, or you can just remember the keyword LV. Tagline is Together We Can. Together we can. But you have to remember, Syndicate Bank recently, like in April 2020, when banks were merged, Syndicate Bank was merged into the Canara Bank. Syndicate Bank was merged into Canara Bank. So these 4 or 5 things you have to remember under this question. Now we can move to next question. A book titled Savarkar, A Contested Legacy, authored by whom? So guys, you have to remember the name of this person, that is Savarkar, and full name of this person is Vinayak Damodar Savarkar, or you can say V.D. Savarkar. And this is the second volume of the book because it covers only the time period of 1924 to 1966. The first volume, titled Savarkar, Echoes from a Forgotten Past, released in 2019, which covers the life from 1883 to 1924. Now it covers the 1924 to 1966. So guys, remember this. And answer of this question is Vikram Sampath. So answer of this question is D. And the book covers the life story of Veer Savarkar, one of the most contentious and iconic political thinkers from 1924 to his death till 1966. And the book features the research data of Vikram Sampath collected from the you can say the different documents from archives across India and the world, and works in Marathi and other Indian languages, because after the revolt of 1857 he wrote very famous book that is written by V.D. Savarkar, The First War of Independence. This book is written by V.D. Savarkar, you have to remember, as the point of political, or you can say the historical point of view. Now you can see here Savarkar, this is the you can say the cover page of the book, or the picture of Savarkar, A Contested Legacy from 1924 to 1966, and it is written by Vikram Sampath. And you have to remember the first part, which was known as Savarkar, Echoes from a Forgotten Past, and it was released in 2019, but it covers the time period from 1883, the birth year of the Savarkar, till the 1924, till 1924, when he was released from the prison according to some conditions. And Vikram Sammat received the Sahitya Academy first Yuva Puraskar in the English literature. So remember about Veer Savarkar. And one question I am telling you as a point of the history that you have to remember, that he founded a secret society called Abhinav Bharat. Remember, Abhinav Bharat Society. He founded this society, and after that he went to the United Kingdom and was involved in the organizations such as India House and the Free Indian Society. And he was also involved with the Hindu Mahasabha. He was the president of Hindu Mahasabha from 1937 to 1943. It means for the 6-year time period. And he wrote a book, The History of War of Indian Independence, in which he wrote about the guerrilla warfare tricks used in the 1857 Spy Mutiny. That's I already told you. And he was also wrote the book Hindutav, Who is Hindu? Remember, Hindutav, Who is Hindu? Also written by V.D. Savarkar. So these things you have to remember because these are very, very important according to history point of view and especially for the V.D. Savarkar. Guys, you can also remember the other options because these are again very, very famous authors. Like first you can see here, Namit Arora. He recently wrote a book known as Indians, A Brief History of Civilizations. Indians, A Brief History of Civilization. Next is Indra Nooyi, very famous, you can say, entrepreneur and related to PepsiCo. My Life is Full, Work, Family and a Future. You can see it is almost a biography or an autobiography of Indra Nooyi. My Life in Full, Work, Family and a Future. Next is Anant Vijay, Dynasty to Democracy. This is very important book. Dynasty to Democracy. This book is basically the untold story of Samriti Rani, who in the last election of 2019 defeated Rahul Gandhi because according to Anant Vijay, she basically won this election and she ended the dynasty and started the democracy because she defeated the Gandhi family. So that's why Anant Vijay wrote this book. So remember, Namit Arora, Indra Nooyi, Anant Vijay and Vikram Sammat, and again we are covering 4 things under one question. So now we are moving to next question. Which company has successfully tested India's first Hall effect thruster? So the most important keyword here is the Hall effect thruster. And this is launched by Bellatrix Aerospace. So you have to only remember the question as in the slide if you don't belong to science students. If you are not a science student, then you have to just remember the question as in slide. But Hall effect thruster, you can say it is a highly efficient electric propulsion system for the microsatellites. You can see here, Bellatrix Aerospace propelling dreams successfully test fires country's first privately built Hall thruster. And you can see here, it is a highly efficient electric propulsion system for the microsatellite. If you don't know, I am just covering one line for the electric propulsion system. As compared to the chemical propulsion technologies, electric propulsion system offer higher specific through mileage, allowing satellites to carry more transponders and achieve 3x higher return on the investment. And the Hall thruster technology was initiated especially in the country Russia. It is the most reliable and the time-tested electric propulsion system. And the propulsion system is ideal for the microsatellites weighing 50 to 500 kg. And the thruster has been designed to power major satellite constellation, which are set to be launched between the time period of 2021 to 2030. It means in the decade of this 10-year, this electric propulsion system will be used. And remember, Bellatrix Aerospace is an IISc Indian Institute of Science incubator startup established in 2015, and at present it is working on you can say propellants which can make the propulsion system more compact and the cost efficient. And recently you can also remember that ISRO gave one very big order to this Bellatrix Aerospace, that Bellatrix Aerospace has to develop the world first commercial microwave plasma thruster which uses water as a fuel. And this is very big order for the this Bellatrix Aerospace, and it is given by the ISRO. So you have to just remember the name of the company if you are not a science background, if you don't have any science background, and you have to just remember this Hall effect thruster. Otherwise I am not burdening you anything. You have to remember this Bellatrix Aerospace. Its headquarters in Bengaluru, Karnataka. Now we can move to the next question. Who authored a book titled Stargazing, The Players in My Life? Stargazing, The Player in My Life. So guys, you can mark this question and the most important question as well. But this book is written by Ravi Shastri. Ravi Shastri, cricket legend, commentator, and one of the team's India most successful coaches. Ravi Shastri has penned this book which is known as Stargazing, The Players in My Life. And the book is about some 60 extraordinary talents that Ravi Shastri has met from across the world who have inspired him. and it is co-authored by Ravi Shastri and the sports journalist Ayaj Memam. But you don't have to remember the second name, you have to just remember the Ravi Shastri, because examiner will focus on this name. And Ravi Shastri is a former cricketer, commentator and current head coach of India's men's national cricket team. So remember about Ravi Shastri. And you can see here the picture of Ravi Shastri, the players in my life, Ravi Shastri, who inspired Ravi Shastri, and he talked about the 60 extraordinary talents under this book. So just remember the name, and name is Stargazing. And guys, you can also remember about the other books, because again we are covering the 4 books under one question. And you can see here the first name is Ramchandra Guha, very famous historian, but he wrote a book about the cricket known as the Commonwealth of Cricket. And this question was asked in so many exams, but it can be asked again, the Commonwealth of Cricket. Next is Pawan Silal, very famous question, especially for the banking student. He wrote a book, Yes Man. Yes Man, basically it is a untold story of Rana Kapoor, who is one of the very famous founder of the Yes Bank. And next is Jhumpa Lahiri, very famous author, wrote a book, Whereabout. So again this question can come. So remember all other 3 books. Now we can move to the next question. What is the theme of World Digestive Health Day 2021? So first of all, you have to remember when this day is celebrated. So this day is celebrated on the 29th of May. 29th of May, and it is specially you can say designed by the World Health Organization, and you can say the World Gastroenterology Organization, or known as the WGO. The day focuses on the digestive diseases with an aim to increase general public awareness of prevention, prevalence, diagnosis, or you can say management and treatment of the diseases. So the main theme of this event is obesity and ongoing pandemic. So answer of this question is B, obesity and ongoing pandemic. By the option you can eliminate easily, because you can see here the other themes like end inequalities. So end inequality is a theme of Zero Discrimination Day, which was celebrated on the 1st of March 2021. Next is forest and livelihood. This is the theme of World Wildlife Day. Again, very important day, World Wildlife Day. You can again guess. And this day is celebrated on 3rd March of 2021. Next is happiness for all, forever. This is the theme of our lecture also, that is always be happy. And this is the you can say theme of International Day of Happiness. International Day of Happiness, and it is celebrated on 20th of March. So guys, remember happiness for all, forever. And I am basically in all lectures I am telling you that don't take life so much serious, always be happy. This is the key of success, guys. Happiness for all and forever. So guys, remember this. And you can see here World Digestive Health Day celebrated on 29th of May. Theme is obesity and ongoing pandemic. Again, in one question we covered 4 themes. Now we are moving to next question. The United Nations International Day of the United Nations Peacekeeper is annually observed across the globe on which day? So guys, so the most important thing under this question is this UN Peacekeepers Day. And remember, this day is basically celebrated to pay tribute to the uniformed and civilian personnel's contribution towards the United Nations, and to honor the peacekeepers who lost their lives in the line of the service to the United Nations since 1948. And guys, remember, this day is celebrated every year on 29th of May. Remember, answer is C. And you can see here 29th May 2021, International Day of United Nations Peacekeepers. And you can also remember the theme, but it is a lengthy theme, so examiner will not ask this type of the theme, but you have to remember the keyword, the road to the lasting peace. The road to the lasting peace, leveraging the power of youth and the peace and security. So this is so lengthy, so examiner will not ask the theme. And guys, remember the most important question, and we covered this question in the most important section in the last month, like 3 Indian peacekeepers. One is Corporal Yuvraj Singh. This is important, you have to remember, who served with the United Nations mission in the South Sudan. And 2 civilian peacekeepers, one is Ivan Michel Picardo and second is Mulchand Yadav. The United Nations Assistance Mission in the Iraq, or you can say UNAMI, were honored with very famous award which is known as Dag Hammarskjöld Medal. Remember, Dag Hammarskjöld Medal, during the virtual ceremony on the occasion of the International Day of UN Peacekeepers. So examiner will just ask the name of the award, that is Dag Hammarskjöld Award. or this is the, you can say, the very highest award under the United Nations Peacekeepers category. And this award goes to the Yuvraj Singh. Second, it is goes to Ivan Michel, and third is the Mulchand Yadav. But two names are very important, Yuvraj Singh and the Mulchand. So you have to remember these names. Now we can move to the next question. But you can also remember that 29th of May, on 29th of May, one day is more celebrated, that is International Everest Day. International Everest Day. It is also annually celebrated on 29th of May to mark the first summit of Mount Everest by Sir Edmund Hillary of New Zealand and Tenzing Norgay Sherpa of Nepal on 29th of May 1953. So you have to remember this year. Examiner can ask that first person who scaled the Mount Everest in which year. So you have to remember the year, that is 1953. It was firstly scaled by two persons. One belongs to New Zealand, that is Sir Edmund Hillary, and second belongs to Nepal, Tenzing Norgay. And Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay become the first people to scale the world's highest mountain, and total height is 8848.86 meter. So the new height of, you can see, the Mount Everest. Now we can move to the next question. Renowned poet and former newsreader of All India Radio, Tarannum Riyaz, Dr. Tarannum Riyaz basically, passed away. She was poet of which language? She was poet of which language? She was very famous poet of Urdu language. And you can see here the picture of this Dr. Tarannum Riyaz, and a prominent fiction writer, poet, known for her portrayal of women's predicament in the male-dominated society. So she was the recipient of the SARC Literature Award of 2014. Apart from this, she was written short stories like Sheher and Hum To Doobe Hain Sanam. So you don't have to remember these type of the short story. You have to remember the name, Tarannum Riyaz. And she belongs to which area? She belongs to Srinagar. And you can see here the Siyasat Diary post. The renowned Urdu poet Tarannum Riyaz succumbs to COVID-19, and Dr. Tarannum Riyaz is a noted Urdu fictional writer and wife of former Kashmir University Vice Chancellor Riyaz Punjabi, passed away on the Thursday. So you have to just remember the name. You have to remember she belongs to which area. She belongs to Kashmir, and she was very famous Urdu poet. Now we can move to next question, and it is from picture. International Astronomical Union approved Chinese name to identify areas on moon. In simple word, you can say that International Astronomical Union gave approval for naming 8 features in the moon with Chinese names, and it is because in December 2020, China's Change 5 or the Chang'e 5 spacecraft landed on moon, that area. So that's why you can see here 8 features in the moon with Chinese names around the location where China's Change 5 or the Chang'e 5 spacecraft landed in December 2020. And guys, you have to remember Chang'e or the Change 5 brought back fresh lunar samples to Earth. This is very important. This is very important because it was previously bought 40 years back by the USA 1969 Apollo 11 mission. And in 2019, China's Change 4 probe became the first spacecraft to land on the dark side of the moon, And in August 2020, you have to remember, ISRO named 250 to 300 kilograms long moon crater as Sarabhai crater to pay tribute of the Vikram Sarabhai. And Vikram Sarabhai is that personality which was also known as the father of Indian space program. And guys, you can also remember about the Chinese spacecraft Tianwen 1. And this is carrying a rover, you can say Hurong, landed the Mars successfully, and this makes China only the second country after the United States of America to send a rover to the surface of the red planet, or you can say Mars. And guys, you can also remember the headquarters of this organization, International Astronomical Union. Its headquarters is in Paris, France. And it was established in 1919. Now we can move to next question. Which institute or Monash University of Australia developed a unique detector which is known as FakeBuster? So the most important keyword here is the FakeBuster. So guys, this is not so much important question, but you have to just remember the question as in the slide, like Indian Institute of Technology of Ropar, and it is situated in Punjab, and Monash University of Australia have developed a unique detector which is called FakeBuster. And they are using basically deep fake detection technology to detect imposter imposters attending a virtual conference without anybody knowledge. So this is a huge concern in the virtual world. So even you can say the students and you can say the fake imposters are attending the virtual conferences which are very secretly messaged, but they are again attending these type of the conferences. So to detect these imposters, they develop this technology which is known as FakeBuster. It helps to find out faces manipulated on social media to defame or make joke of someone, anybody. So that's why this is made, but you have to remember just question as in the slide. So you can see here this question is covered by The Hindu, and IIT Ropar develops unique detector FakeBuster to detect imposter attending a virtual, and this technology will definitely boost, because in today's virtual world this is need of an hour, and this is very important. So guys, just mark this question in the very important section. So now we are moving to the important questions. You have to like this video, you have to share this video, you have to subscribe this channel, and you can join our Telegram group from the description box link. So here is the first question in the important section. Who became the chairman of 5-member committee to propose separate section on hate speech in IPC? So this is important because we are talking about Indian Penal Code, which was basically started in 1860, and several hate speech cases are pending in the courts across India, and there is no definition. There is no clear definition of it in the Indian Penal Code of 1860. So that's why this committee is set to report its you can say the meaning of the hate speech, and the head of this committee is Shri Krishna Deva Rao. So answer of this question is D. Very simple. So you have to just remember again as in the slide question, and the committee is appointed by the Ministry of Home Affairs to reform Indian Penal Code, is set to propose a separate section in Indian Penal Code on offences related to speech and expression. So you have to remember, because it is a politically very important, because under the article 19 to 22 we have a freedom, and under article 19 you can say we have a right to freedom of speech. So that's why there is a new definition that hate speech can come after this submission of the report by Shri Krishna Deva Rao committee. So you have to remember the name of the committee, and this is just to amend the IPC, and IPC was started in 1860. So you have to remember this. This is again very, very important. And guys, another options are again very important, because these are very, very important amendments recently took place. One is, you can see here, S. Ramanan. We covered this question so many times that he was appointed recently as CMD, Chairman or Managing Director of SIDBI, Small Scale or you can say Small Industries Development Bank of India. Tarun Bajaj recently appointed as Revenue Secretary under the Ministry of Finance. Mallika Srinivasan, very important appointed. She appointed as the Chairperson of Public Enterprise Selection Board. I covered this question almost 20 times. Mallika Srinivasan, Chairperson of the Public Enterprise Selection Board. So again, under one question, you are covering 4 types of the questions. Moving to next question, and it is the last question of the day. Former Prime Minister of which country? Poul Schlueter passed away. So you have to remember, he was the former Prime Minister of which country? He was the former Prime Minister of Denmark, guys. Former Prime Minister of Denmark. So you have to just remember the name. Otherwise, no need to remember anything. And you can just remember one thing, that he was the longest serving Denmark Prime Minister over a decade, from 1982 to 1993. It means if you calculate, it is just approximately 14 years, or you can say the 13 years. Because he was also appointed before 1982 for the 3 years time period. So 11 plus 3, you can say it become the 14 years. And in 1992, he stopped the European Union move towards closer cooperation when you can say Danes rejected the one of the treaty of the Denmark. So you don't have to remember these things. You have to just remember the name. You have to remember he was the former Prime Minister of the Denmark. This thing is important. Now you can also see the picture here. Long time Danish Prime Minister Poul Schlueter dies. Now we can move to the one-liner important point. Here is the first point, but it is a state-specific question. Jaishankar Telangana State Agriculture University of you can say Telangana signed a MOU with the Vadhani Institute for Artificial Intelligence. So you have to just remember about here the name of the institute, Jaishankar Telangana State Agriculture Institute, that is situated in Hyderabad, and they tied up with the Vadhani Institute for Artificial Learning. And Vadhani Institute is basically a Mumbai-based institute, and you can say the MOU was virtually signed to support the farmers with advanced information on the possible pink bollworm infestation in cotton fields, which will help with the control and preventive measures. So you have to remember this is for the farmers. So otherwise there is nothing important under this question. Next, world's first global satellite-based reef monitoring system launched by scientists. So again, this is very important information because this tool can track global coral bleaching events in the near real time and provide an overall view of trends and changes in coral reef health that can be used to inform conservation efforts and policy. It also provides critical information about which reefs are under stress and which ones appear to be more resilient to events like marine heat waves. So you have to just read this news. Next, UCO Bank allotted preferential shares to government for 2600 crore capital infusion. So now we are talking about which bank? We are talking about UCO Bank, and they allotted this preferential shares, or you can say to the government of India at an issue price of just 12 or 12 and something price per share against a capital expenditure of rupees 2600 crore received by the bank on 31st March 2021. And the most important thing under this question, what are these preferential shares? These preferential shares are one of the special types of share capital having a fixed rate of dividend. Dividend, you can say it is a share of profit and retained earning that a company pays out to its shareholders. And these preferential shares provide the shareholders with the special right to claim dividends during the company lifetime, and also with an option to claim repayment of capital in case of wind up of the company, or you can say defaulter of the company. And as preferential shares have elements of both equity shares and debt, they are also called hybrid financial instruments, or you can say preference stock. It is the various names of this preferential shares. So you have to remember. And remember about UCO Bank, it was established in 1943 and its headquarters is in Calcutta. MD and CEO is Atul Kumar Goyal. Next is group of ministers set up to evaluate GST related to casinos and race course. It means we are talking about gambling here, and group of ministers or state group of ministers are appointed. 7 members are appointed to check the services given by the casinos, race courses, or you can say the online gaming companies for goods and services tax. And Deputy Chief Minister of Gujarat, Nitin Patel, will be the governor of this committee. So Nitin Patel. Next, Colonel Assimi Goita, named as the transitional president of Mali. Again, here is a country that comes under the military transition now. Again, in 2020, this country also came under the military coup, but now in 2021 again, because this person ousted the transitional President Ba Nada and the Prime Minister Mokhtar Oyen in the second military coup of Mali in 9 months. So now Assimi Goita, you have to just remember the name. Remember the name. And remember about Mali. Mali's capital is Bamako. And currency is Western African CFA franc. Next, DG-NCC Mobile Training Application 2.0 launched by Defense Secretary. So now here most important thing here is NCC. So this Directorate General National Cadet Corps Mobile Training application version 2.0 was launched by Defense Secretary. Dr. Ajay Kumar is currently the Defense Secretary in New Delhi, and it is to conduct you can say countrywide online training to the NCC cadets. And this DG NCC Mobile Training Application 2.0 will be bilingual with 130 training videos, and it has new pages for ease of navigation on the application, and it will definitely benefit the trainers of the NCC cadets. So you have to just read this news. So only news here, most important here, this provincial share, especially for the banking students. Now we can move to the question of the day. What was the question of 29th May of 2021? Question was very simple and most important question: in which year the Paper Currency Act was passed? Paper Currency Act was passed. So you have to remember this act was passed in 1861. So answer of this question is very simple. Answer of this question is A. So with this Paper Currency Act of 1861, the British colonial government got serious with the business of banknote making in India. Since then, bank lost their right to issue currency, leaving only the state in charge of it. These notes come along with the first official paper notes by the government of India. They came in denomination like 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 50, 100 and 1000, with currency details in 2 languages and a portrait of Queen, because at that time Queen Victoria was the ruler. Because in 1857 when revolt was happening, Queen Victoria was the you can say the Queen of Britain. And the British government was not only one who issued these type of the notes. There was French also, there were Portuguese also, because Portuguese territories like Goa is there and French territories Puducherry was there, so that's why they also issued their currencies. So but Paper Currency Act was passed in 1861. Now we are moving to the question of the day. Again very simple question but most important. Which are the banks covered under the banking ombudsman scheme of 2006, because there are limited number of banks which are covered under the ombudsman scheme of 2006. So you have to tell me answer only in the comment box, and this is the most important question and very simple question. So guys, you have to provide us 700 plus likes, you have to subscribe this channel, you have to share this video as maximum as possible, and it is a AffairsCloud promise that it will boost your confidence in the general awareness section, definitely. And guys, it is my personal promise that if you are watching the videos regularly and if you are reading the PDFs from the you can say our application, then you are basically covering 90 to 95% questions which will come in your exam. This is the genuinity of AffairsCloud. And guys, you can subscribe our current affairs from our application downloading link is given in the description box. You can subscribe for 1 year as well as 2 year, and we will give you 10% extra discount if you use this code ASH10. So guys, don't take life so much serious. Life is fun, always be happy, don't take life so much serious. Thank you guys, take care, bye bye.